everybody. Today we are going to discuss about the ethical hacker career. This is my main career that I chose many years ago, and I want to share with you my experience and also what you need to do in order to become an ethical hacker. Welcome to Simply Learn Tech 101. The ethical hacker career means that you are a person that knows about hacking and knows how to find vulnerabilities. Big companies, they want a person that will come and check the security of their computer systems. And it makes sense because imagine you do an investment. You do an investment in protecting your house against burglars. You buy an alarm, maybe you put a guard, you invest in locks around the house. After you implemented security, you want to check that those security controls are configured properly, and when someone will try to break into your house, the security controls will deter the burglar. So what you do in order to check the security controls that you implemented, you call someone and you ask him, try to break into my house and show me how you did it so I can implement my security controls in a better way and see where are all the vulnerabilities in the network and how to fix them before the bad guys find them. For sake of compliance, all banks in the world, they need to hire an ethical hacker at least once a year to do this test. So the majority of my clients are banks because they need someone like me to hire me at least once a year to try to penetrate their network and show them how I was able to get in to their network and what were my findings. So here you can see I'm showing you two reports where in the first report for a bank, I showed the bank how I was able to hack their main website and extract credit card numbers of the customers. In the second report that you can see here, I am showing the client how I was able to penetrate their servers, and I left a file saying Buenos dias de Juan. It means in Spanish, good morning from Juan. So this is the evidence that I was really able to penetrate their servers and got full access to the server. Ethical hacking career, it's actually perfect career because first of all, it's very interesting. It's an environment that always changes because there are always new attack vectors, new vulnerabilities are found. So it's very dynamic, very interesting, and also very lucrative because there is a demand all over the world for ethical hackers, and companies understand that a secure network is important for the business continuity. There is an estimation that there are missing in this industry around 4 million people with this knowledge. So if you're becoming an ethical hacker, you will always have work, guaranteed. The salaries also are very high because you have a lot of responsibilities on your shoulders. You actually need to find vulnerabilities, and also you need to explain to the client how to fix the vulnerabilities that you found. You can learn it by yourself. You don't need to go to university to spend 5 years of your life just learning theory. There are also certifications that I will show you that will help you learn to become an ethical hacker. But a lot of ethical hackers, they never learned any course and they just sat in their house and learned hacking by creating a lab in their house, and that's how they learn how to hack. I will show you also the tools that you need to master in order to become an ethical hacker. An ethical hacker, as we see here, also is known as a white hat hacker. White hat hacker means that you have permissions to hack and you use your knowledge to do good, to help companies to secure their networks. That's a white hacker opposed to a black hat that he uses his knowledge to actually do harm. So a white hat hacker is the good guy, the black hat hacker is the bad guy. Basically, both are using the same tools, but for different purposes. There are different levels of knowledge. You can be a hacker that only knows how to use tools that they were created by more knowledgeable hackers. This is what we call sometimes a script kiddie hacker. Or can become an expert ethical hacker and you develop your own tools. In the different stages of knowledge, there are also associated different certifications that you can acquire by taking course and taking a final exam. Those are not university courses. You can check online and you can register to those courses. You can learn by yourself and then you can get to a exam center and then you can do the exam and get the certification by mail. So for entry level certification, we have the Security Plus. Security Plus certification is considered an entry level certification. If you don't know anything about hacking, I recommend you to look for the Security Plus certification. It will teach you the basics. Then in the mid range, there is a certification that is called CEH. CEH certification stands for Certified Ethical Hacker. This is a mid-range certification where you learn basic hacking tools and basic hacking strategies. We also have, in the next step, we have the CISSP certification. CISSP stands for Certified Information System Security Professional. This is a certification that it's not specific for teaching you how to hack. It teaches you more how to manage a cybersecurity department. What are the objectives of the department, different security tools that you can implement in the network, basically what you need to do in the network in order to get a secure network. It's not specific certification that talks about hacking. It teaches more about what we call the blue team. Blue team means that you learn how to protect a network and not so much how to hack it. We have another certification that is called the OSCP certification that teaches you hacking but in an expert level. If you want to become a ninja hacker, this is a certification that you want to pursue. It's a very hard certification, it's very technical, but after gaining this certification, you will get more job opportunities because in the industry, this certification has a very good reputation. We'll talk later about those specific certifications in more detail. I myself, I have those 4 certifications. Those certifications, they open for me many doors during my career. Many times I go for a project and they tell me, because you have those certifications, we will give you the project. So having the certifications, they show that you have knowledge in cybersecurity. I always recommend you learn for those certifications because it's easier to learn this way. You can also learn independent, and those certifications are very known in the industry. But as I mentioned, it's not always the case that you always need to pursue those certifications. Some of the best ethical hackers I know in the industry, they don't have none of those certifications. They just learned in their home and then they got a job. I'll show you also how you can learn by yourself. What I like about the industry of cybersecurity, that they accept many people to the industry and not only people that they finish university or they have specific certifications. If the employer see that you know cybersecurity or hacking, they will probably accept you even though you don't have certifications. In some countries, such as in the United States, the employers they prefer candidates with certifications because it shows them that you have at least the knowledge to pass the certification exam. Entry-level positions, we have experts positions. Most of the times, when you will start in this field, you will probably get an entry-level position. Entry-level position can be a junior penetration tester slash ethical hacker, can be a person that will only run some automatic tools, and you will be probably assigned to a project with someone that is senior than you. Now, about what you need to learn, first of all, learn protocols. Investigate, even in YouTube, about the TCP/IP protocols, how the communication is done between two computers, what happens behind the scenes. Learn about what is a network, what are the different components of a computer network, what is a router, what is a switch, what is a server, what is a firewall. You can always leave me a comment and I will guide you more if you have questions. Salaries in this industry are very high. As I mentioned, you have a lot of responsibility on your shoulders. You really need to find vulnerabilities. What I like about my profession as an ethical hacker is that it's very dynamic and I am a person that likes to learn. So this is perfect for me because there are always new vulnerabilities that I need to learn about. And also, from the other side, there are security controls that I need to recommend to my clients to implement. So I always need to update my knowledge. And also, what I like about this profession is that I move a lot around the world. I have clients all over the world in Arab countries, in Israel, in Latin America, and in the United States. So I travel a lot and I always meet new people. As you can see here, the salaries yearly, they are between 90,000 to 135,000 and even more. Within the cybersecurity world, and specifically as an ethical hacker, within this ecosystem, there are different areas of expertise. For example, if you know how to hack a website, such as a website of a bank, if you can find vulnerabilities there, so it means that you are an ethical hacker specialized in hacking of web applications. A hacker that is an expert in web application, he will get the higher salaries because it's considered very complicated to hack a web application. So one area of expertise within the ethical hacking world is hacker of a web application. And it requires a lot of knowledge to become this type of ethical hacker. You can take the path of acquiring different certifications as we see here, or you can also learn by yourself. One place where you can start learning is searching in Google for capture the flag websites. Capture the flag, basically, those are websites that they give you challenges, hacking challenges. So one of the most popular websites, it's called Hack the Box. As you can see here, in Hack the Box, they give you challenges. They start with simple challenges. And when you complete the basic challenges, they become more and more complicated. And this is a very good way, an interesting and challenging way to learn hacking and to get better in finding vulnerabilities. Another way to learn hacking is registering yourself to bug bounty programs. So many companies, what they do when they're about to release a new product, such as phone, or a version of their new application, they call hackers all over the world to try to find vulnerabilities in their products before their product being released to the public. In bug bounty programs, they pay you when you find vulnerabilities in their products. A couple of years ago, there was a payment of $10 million for a hacker finding a critical vulnerability in a crypto system. Let's talk a little bit about the skills. The skills required to become an ethical hacker. There are many things that you need to learn in order to become an ethical hacker. So, as I mentioned, you can take a path that you decide to learn alone, or you take the path of certifications. It depends on you. Most of the industry, they want a candidate with certifications, because for the HR department that they interview you, they know that you have the knowledge at least to pass a certification exam. In my company, I hire both. I hire people with certifications and I hire people without certifications. So it depends on the company, but most of the industry, they prefer people with certifications. You need to know networking. What is a network? Different protocols. You need to understand different operation systems, such as Windows operation system, Linux operation system, Unix operation system. You also want to know a little bit of programming, specifically Python. Look for a free course on Python on YouTube and learn a little bit of programming. It will help you along the way. Learn what is a database. You need to know what is PKI. You need to know what is shared key encryption, what is public key encryption, and also it's good to know what is cloud security. What is cloud, such as Amazon AWS, what are the basic vulnerabilities, how to secure this environment. You need also to be a person that likes to learn. Again, this is not a static profession that you only learn once and then you apply it for the rest of the career. You need to update yourself. Okay, so if you are a person that likes to learn, this is the area where you want to be. Okay, because as I mentioned, it's very dynamic, it's always changing. There is a podcast that is called Paul Security Weekly. Search for it and subscribe and watch those podcasts. It will teach you a lot about cybersecurity and hacking. When you are an ethical hacker, you will need to learn different hacking tools. The main tool that you will be using as an ethical hacker, it's called Kali Linux, that you can see here. There are many tools within Kali Linux, such as Nmap. Nmap is a tool that teaches you what are the different devices in a network. Nmap scans the network and show you which devices and which operation systems are connected to the network. Wireshark is another tool that it's called a sniffer. With Wireshark, I can capture traffic data in the network and analyze it. And I can also capture passwords if they travel in the network. Burp Suite and OWASP, those are tools that are also in Kali Linux, and they help you to find vulnerabilities in web applications. When we get to the exploitation, we get Nessus. With Nessus, I can find vulnerabilities in a specific operation system, scanning it with the vulnerability scanner, and detecting which vulnerabilities exist so later on I can exploit them. Exploit the vulnerabilities means that I launch an exploit in order to get full control over the operation system and hacking it completely. So this is exploitation. And the most important tool to do the exploitation, it's also within Kali and it's called Metasploit. Also, within Kali Linux, I have tools such as AirCrackNG. AirCrackNG is the main tool that helps me to find what is the password of a Wi-Fi network. And I have also John the Ripper, which is a very popular tool that helps me to crack a password. So Kali Linux is the main tool that you want to master. And there are plenty books and many YouTube videos that they can teach you at least the basic usage of Kali. Within the cybersecurity world, and specifically in the ethical hacking world, there are different areas of expertise. For example, hacking of IoT devices. IoT devices, IoT stands for the Internet of Things. It means a printer or your bell in your main door that is connected to the internet, different cameras. Those are IoT devices. So, hacker that is specialized in IoT, it's also something that a lot of companies are looking for. You can also become an ethical hacker specialized in the cloud environment, such as Amazon, AWS, Google Cloud, or Microsoft Azure. And as I mentioned before, a hacker of web applications is also an area of expertise. Long run, you will probably want to specialize in one of those fields. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope now the career of ethical hacker is more clear for you. If you have some comments or you want me to create videos about specific areas within the IT and cybersecurity, please let me know in the comments below.